Alright guys, so today I'm going to be trying this Birria seasoned beef chuck roast from Aldi. I'm going to make Birria sliders instead of tacos, and this is going to be a simple kind of just taste test video, not really a cooking video, because this is already seasoned and everything. So according to this, we're going to do a slow cooker, and we need to add 1 cup of beef broth. So we're going to do that. Now, I found this new spicy beef broth, so I'm going to use that. That sounded good. I like spicy stuff, and some spicy beef birria sliders sounds really good. So I have my crock pot on low. I'm going to add 1 cup of the spicy beef broth, and then I'm going to put my birria meat in here, and we're going to let this cook pretty much all day long. Alright, so we have 1 cup of the spicy beef broth. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. I might add some more later, depending on whether I think it needs more. But for now, according to the package, it says 1 cup, and we'll just do 1 cup. Alright, so I put in the birria meat, and honestly, it smells extremely good. So I have high hopes for this tasting pretty good. Gonna go ahead and just let this cook now. I think I'm gonna chop up some purple onion and put the inside of here as well, but I might wait a little bit until this meat starts to cook down a little bit. Alright guys, so I have these 3 little peppers a friend gave me. I'm gonna go ahead and cut those up, and I'm gonna add them into my meat. Alright, so I just kind of cut them into slices, and I'm just gonna throw them in here. And yes, I have the seeds in there. If you don't like the seeds, then don't add them. But the seeds are where all the spice is, and I like spice, so. Gonna continue to let this cook. I am going to go ahead and cut up some red onion as well, and throw it in there as well. So I just went ahead and cut these into slices, like that. And we're going to just throw them in there. And after we get this all shredded up and like stirred up and stuff, some of this onion will end up breaking apart. So like I said, it's all cut. It's just some of them are sticking together. Alright, we're gonna let this continue to cook. Alright guys, so now you're going to take the meat out, now that it's been cooking for a couple hours, and we're going to start shredding it with 2 forks. Alright guys, all my meat is shredded, and this is how it's looking. Alright, I cut half a lime, and we are going to put the juice inside of the meat. So just juice half a lemon. Just juice half a lime into your meat. Alright guys, so I preheated the oven at 350, and I'm going to take my Hawaiian rolls, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in a pan. Alright guys, we have the bottom half of the rolls in the pan, and we are just going to scoop up some meat, and we're going to lay it down. And make sure you try to drain most of that broth, otherwise your buns are going to get all soggy. Go ahead and cover your whole entire rolls with the meat. Alright guys, so now you're just going to want to add on some jalapenos that I have cut. And we're also going to cut some more red onion and put that on top as well. Alright guys, so now we're just going to cover this in cheese. I'm using a Mexican style blend cheese. And then we're going to pop it in the oven. And this is what it's looking like. And then we'll just put the top on and throw it in the oven. Alright, I threw on a little bit of hot sauce as well. And then we're going to add some cilantro. I forgot. So let's go ahead and add some cilantro. And then we'll top it and throw it in the oven. Alright guys, so I've also decided I'm going to do a side of hot honey carrots. I also found these at Aldi's. We're going to go ahead and taste test these. So, looks like I'm just going to cook them in the air fryer. And I'll be back when dinner is done. Alright, so I just pulled these out of the oven. And I'm going to squeeze some lime juice on top. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with some more cilantro. And I'm going to put it back in the oven for a few more minutes. And then we'll take it out and try them. And this is just for like a little garnish to make them look pretty. Alright guys, so this is what it's looking like. We have these sliders. I think they turned out really well. They look really beautiful and tasty. And we have the hot honey carrots from Aldi's as well. And I have some of the broth that we're going to go dip these in. So let's go ahead and taste test these and see how that birria meat from Aldi's is and the hot honey carrots. Alright guys, so I think we're going to go ahead and start with the carrots. So here's an orange one, and there's also like a yellow carrot, so we'll try both of them. I'm sure they taste the same. I've never had yellow carrots before, but it's pretty good. It has a sweet flavor. I'm really not a big fan of cooked carrots usually, but these looked really good and interesting, so I figured I'd try them out. It does have a little bit of a spice to it. You taste that honey, which where the sweetness is coming from. So I'm going to go ahead and try the yellow one. Yeah, these are actually really good. And they're pretty juicy. Like when you're biting into them, you get a lot of juice from them. Yeah, I do like these. I would give the hot honey carrots from Aldi's like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I think I'm going to go with the 7 out of 10. They're pretty solid. I definitely might go grab a few more bags if they still have them when I go back up there next month. So, alright, let's get into the actual main course. The birria sliders. So, definitely falling apart. A lot of meat, a lot of onion and jalapenos. Gonna go ahead and dip it into here. This is definitely a messy meal. Let's go ahead and try this out. Oh yeah. This is really good. And adding that lime on top of the bun, the Hawaiian roll, it really brought out the lime, I think. The cheese is nice and gooey and melted. The meat is extremely tasty. And I didn't really add anything to it. I just followed the instructions on the meat. I was going to add some garlic and other stuff on it, but I figured to give it a fair chance, we'd just try it by itself and how it's instructed to cook. I did add the onions and jalapenos, and the cilantro, I guess. But other than that, I didn't really add anything else. This is really good. It has a nice spice. I don't think it's too spicy. I think the cheese helps that. Yeah, these are extremely delicious. So if you want to go get some of that Aldi birria meat and follow along and make it, go for it. I would give these a solid 10 out of 10, honestly. I know it's my own cooking, but it is fucking delicious, so. Alright, guys, so share, comment, like, and I'll see you later. Also, subscribe.